Well, we have to wait till some of that dirt dries before I can blow it away. The mess from doing everything. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So I brought this out onto the porch outside the kitchen garden. Let's see what we can do here. Can you see that all right? I'm looking into the sun and I can't really tell where anything is. Okay, so what I want to point out to you is I got everything planted. I got stones put in here to help brace it. And I made pretty much full strength of the fertilizer. And I put almost 3 quarts on here, and it's just now draining through. I'm going to assume that it needs to absorb more water, and I'm going to continue to water it again later on today, and make sure that it is well soaked, because everything looks a little limp from the trauma of being moved and relocated. But not too bad, considering everything. So I think there's 3 or 4 different kinds of ivy in there. Some of it I wove through very carefully and brought up through the middle, in and out and around. And then some of it I just willy-nilly wrapped it around and anchored it in maybe 1 or 2 places. So we'll see how it turns out. You know, plants are incredibly resilient. I don't like that word, resilient. But they are incredibly resilient and will pop back incredibly well at some point. So thank you very much for sharing my morning with me. It's about 12:30, 1:15, and the sun is just starting to come through the length of this balcony. It's here on the wall so that the impatiens and geraniums are getting it. And it's just starting to hit the New Guinea impatiens along the side there. And it'll move down this whole length. The light will, as the sun moves from our left to the right, it will capture these things. And this is one of the few places I have sun on my deck. So I'll share with you one other fun thing. So these baskets are pretty big, and I don't know what they weigh. They must weigh at least 30 or 40 pounds, maybe more. And as you can see, I was concerned when we hung these up here that the fasteners weren't going to be strong enough, and then he wasn't putting them on a strong enough piece of wood, that they'd come loose and he'd have to redo it. But I never considered that the balustrade itself was not going to be strong. Look how it's bending out there in the middle. So my brother says he's going to create a strut between the building and this to help keep it pushed straight, help bear some of the load. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, our poor little ivy plant looks a little bit wilted, but it's starting to perk up already. Isn't that amazing? Well, thank you very much for sharing with me again this morning. And we'll watch that and see how it does. Thank you for sharing.